Okay, it's 3:14, Wednesday, July 5th. Okay, back in June, I lost the white marble that goes with the marbles on the front porch, and I replaced it with a shiny blue marble, bluish. It's that one at the front. And that's basically how they've been. Two dark ones towards the back, the light blue one and the new shiny one. So they've been like that ever since, and I just got up from a nap and noticed that apparently the Bigfoots were up while I was sleeping, and they switched this one and this one because the two dark ones were together at the back. So I was just thinking that they haven't been doing much up here at the front porch, and not with the marbles. And then I looked closer and I'm like, hey, I think they switched two of the marbles, so they did mess with something. So that's cool. It's Friday, July 7th at 6:12 p.m. Annabelle is here, and we were sitting over here earlier on the porch playing, and she brought some of the Bigfoot dolls over, and we had other dolls, and we were sitting there playing, and she got all of the Bigfoot dolls except for these two, and took them over here, and the baby was laying right there. We went inside, and we'd been eating supper, came back out, and they took the baby. They were up while we were inside, and they took the baby and put it here in the slinky. Didn't they, Annabelle?
Yes.
So they came up and they're playing.
Oh.
Pretty cool.
I like the slinky.
Okay, it's now 7:19, and we've been playing, water and stuff. We're starting to clean up, and I had my drink in here, and every once in a while I will look in here to see if they've put anything, and sure enough, they have brought something to put it in my drink holder, and it is actually a golf tee. You want to get it out now, Annabelle?
What's golf tee?
Right there. See it?
Is it spiky? No.
You stick that in the ground.
Okay.
No, I mean that's how they do it when they play golf, but we won't stick it in the ground.
Give me it, it's mine.
Well, we'll talk about that.
Give me it, it's mine.
Okay. So anyways, I don't know when exactly they brought this, but also, let's go in here and show this. We just found a possible handprint of theirs, maybe, right there on the car door. So we'll have to look at that better. I asked Annabelle if she touched there, and she said no. I did have her touch down here, and it does not look the same, but I will look at that better later. But that doesn't look human at all. Right there. So they were just up here. They moved that little Bigfoot, and they brought this. So cool. I'm so excited. Okay, as I'm sitting here editing July's videos, my Bigfoot Diary for July, I'm on July 7th, the day that Annabelle was here, and I put that day together and I realized, well, I'm almost done, I realized that I didn't explain very well that what I think happened was that while we were inside, the Bigfoots came up, moved the little guy into the slinky, left a gift in my cup holder, and then exited through the garage quickly because they were in a hurry. Oops, it's not touch sensitive. And left the handprint on the car, like they touched it as they were leaving. So I think they were so excited that Annabelle was here that they just had to come and be part of it by moving things around and playing. And when she was playing, she took the big, let's see here, she took Big Daddy and some of the dolls, and she was walking them around the sidewalk and just playing, her little heart out with them. And they must have been watching, and they just really wanted to be part of that. So, like I said, they did those 3 things. They moved the baby, put the gift in there, and exited through the garage and left a handprint on the car. Also, it seemed to be a juvenile because the fingers are so, like, they're short and chubby, and of course the length of them too, but it didn't look anything like the handprint that Annabelle left. Sunday, July 9th, 6:44 p.m. So basically now Annabelle, I for the first time, she stayed here overnight, Friday night to Saturday, and we had a wonderful time. And she's almost 7 years old now. So for the first time, I explained what the Bigfoots are, what the dolls are. She already knew what these dolls meant, and she called these gorillas. But I told her that we have Bigfoots here that live in the woods, and she said, do they watch us? And I said, yeah, I think they probably do. And anyways, I explained it all to her, and she was so excited. I think she's going to be my little research partner. So she wanted to put something out here for him, and she brought this music box that she has loved since she was a tiny, tiny little girl. And I just got it from an app and found it this way, but she had it turned this way and closed. And she wound it up so that when you open it, it'll play some music. And so I found it turned and with the lid up a little bit like that. So I'm thinking while I was taking my nap, they came up and messed with it, which is awesome. I'm going to call her and tell her that they did. Oh, something else that happened. She said, one of the things she said was, I told her they'd bring me stuff. They bring me things and leave. She's like, well, where do they get it? And, I'm like, I don't know. But and anyway, she said, I want them to bring me something. I said, well, maybe they will. And then actually, it wasn't long after that, and that golf tee showed up. So anyways, that same day, we were taking a walk, and she came down here and noticed that I put there were 3 mangoes on the stump. I put some food there for them once in a while. If, I want to give them something, but I don't care if something else gets it. So the night before she came, I put 3 mangoes there, and she walked over and she goes, oh, look, they brought me these. She thought they were potatoes because they looked, she didn't know what they were. Anyways, I said, no, I put those there for them, but maybe they'll come and take them. And then Saturday morning when I got up, I was super busy and tired and everything. And I forgot to come over and look at the stump. And she came over here and saw that they were gone. And she's like, Grandma Angie, what? She said, the mangoes are all gone. Gone. Which is awful cute because that's how I would have put it. And like I said, yeah, you're right, there's no seeds, there's nothing. So I figured they must have come up and carried them off. And I told her that, and she was excited. So, yeah, pretty awesome. And so she got to experience that. I showed her how I keep the gifts that they give me. And I let her claim the golf tee as hers. She wrote it on the bag. She even wrote her name in cursive on it. So that's her gift, her new gift, her first gift that we're claiming. So anyways, I'm so happy. She's excited, and I can't wait till she comes back and we can do some more stuff. But I'm glad they messed with this for her. I can't wait to tell her about it. And okay, that's all for now. This is Saturday, it's 9:07 p.m. Okay, Elizabeth stayed overnight last night. She's my 5-year-old granddaughter. And while she was here, the Bigfoots didn't do anything this time, but it was super hot. She went home this morning. I was inside, just came out because it rained and cooled down a little bit, and I noticed that the music box is turned exactly sideways again. So I am pretty sure they did that this afternoon. Okay, that's all I saw. It's Monday, July 17th, 8:45 p.m. Okay, so we had a big weekend. Well, actually, the weekend before this last one, Annabelle stayed overnight. And then this past weekend, Elizabeth stayed overnight. And then Sunday, I don't know if I told you guys, but Jim's son, Tony, the one that's the sheriff's deputy, him and his wife had twins, a boy and a girl. They are 5 months old, and they came over for supper and visited. So it was a big couple weeks for me. And I was exhausted last night. So I knew today would just be a day to rest, probably all week actually, to get my strength back. But anyways, all I did today was I came outside and watered. Now it rained. But I watered, and then I just sat down here on the swing, kicked my feet up, and I kicked my shoes off. And they were both right here. So I went inside, made supper for me and Jim, and then I went and laid down and took a nap. And when I got up, I came out here and it was raining, and I looked down and I couldn't find my one shoe. One of my shoes was gone. So I wondered if Bigfoot took it, and then I walked over here and looked, and there it is. They came up and moved it to the bench. And it's funny, I mean, that's the kind of stuff they used to do, move things around. And so that's pretty cute. It made me laugh. I put it over here, and I think this was connected and around. It might not be, maybe it got messed up, but it kind of looks like this is around the shoe. So even if they didn't open this up, which I think they may have, they put it there, which is kind of odd, but cool. So that was an interesting thing they did. Something a little different. And so I think that's it. Just had to wait till it quit raining to come out and make a video about it. But keeps life interesting what they do around here. It's Tuesday, July 18th, 7:51 p.m. Okay, so Jim and I were just inside eating. We were in there for an hour or two. Came out, and I can see that they have moved the music box and opened it. So it's turned and opened. Let's see. Okay, there's nothing in it. Keep expecting them to put something in it. But yeah, they had to, because I made sure that this was closed and turned earlier today. This morning, I think this was up. It was open just a smidge. And I just decided to just close it and see if something else happened, and it did. So they're definitely intrigued by Annabelle's gift. Okay, there's a couple of things that we are not sure if Bigfoot's dead or not. Okay, the first thing I noticed was on the cat's food plate right here. It's where I put their dry food at night if they're outside. There's this little clump of leaves, and it's like almost dead center of the plate. Another thing is that this candle thing usually sits here, and the other day I found it here. Like, it was sitting here. You can actually see where the mark, the outline of it is. So a couple days ago, it got moved to here. And I thought maybe Jim did it, but he said he didn't. So I can't be sure that they did it, but I think they did. And what's weird is I'm thinking if they did do it, it's because you see how those two things I had just moved back up off of the bench because the cat gets on there a lot and was knocking these off. So I moved a few things up here. And see how it's inside that light cord? All this stuff. So I don't know if they thought that's where it belonged better or what. But I'm going to put it back here. And the other thing is that Jim had turned the fountain on. And we were out here doing stuff and running in and out, and I was out here sitting on the swing, and he said, why is the fountain off? And I'm like, I don't know, I didn't turn it off. So we don't know if they ran in the garage at some point, ran up here and turned the fountain off. So that would be crazy if they were getting that bold. But like I said, I'm not sure about any of this. But I want to document it, just in case it is them. Okay, so we just found something else that they've just done that's kind of cute. They put a rock right in the middle of this chair. It's like they're doing stuff just to like play and see what they can get away with it without us seeing them, I think, tonight. That's so cool. That means they're close. Probably watching right now. Here's something else I just found that I think they've done recently. This has been here for quite a long time. I originally put this out as another magnetic bowl. If you remember, they put these in here on this one. And this has been here a while. And I'm pretty sure I put this one here. And maybe this one. I don't remember putting these here. These three. And I don't remember putting the washers there at all. And it's kind of cool that they got the circles like on the circles. I don't know. But that's pretty neat. I think I'm not sure when they did it, but I think it's been recently. Okay, these marbles are moved again. This one should be, let's see, here, and this one should be here. I brought the hose up to water these plants, and it drug this way, but I don't remember hitting the marbles or anything. I think I would have noticed, but even if I did, I don't see it moving them like this. So I'm going to document this because this one was clear at the end and this one was here. And not long ago, one of these was moved over, just like that one was moved over. So I'm not sure if Bigfoots did that or not. Just want to document it in case they did. It's Friday, July 28th, 8:05 a.m. Okay, I came out here to check things in the morning like I always do, and the first thing I saw was that this glass was over like that. Actually, it was kind of, I don't know, something like that. I thought, okay, well, one of the cats could have knocked that over because Kiki just won't stay off of that bench. So I set it back up. I walked around the house. I noticed at the front of the house that one of the flowers called a naked lady was up. So I decided to walk into the garden because I got some planted up in there to see if they were up yet. And I got to this spot. Show you. I'm sorry, I'm gimpy with my leg hurting. Anyways, I got to this spot, and this branch was, let's see, how was it? It was down, stuck on that lily. And I thought, well, that's weird, because I mean, that just doesn't usually happen. So I set it up, and then I noticed right here, it looks like a footprint. And that would exactly cause that branch to go there if something walked through here. See that? I didn't measure it, but it's, let me see. Looks like it would be a left foot. Let's see. Ooh, darn it, that messed it up. Looks a little smaller than mine, so I'm going to guess it's around 8 inches. Yeah, can you see where the toe went down in right there? Can you see that? Anyways, so I found that, and I walked over here, just looking around, and I looked down, and I was like, it just shocked me. I was like, whoa. I mean, at first I saw like a couple rocks, and I thought, okay, I'm going to pick them up and throw them over into the weeds, because I don't want them in the yard. Jim's got to mow. And then I saw the two in the middle. These are all lined up perfectly. That does not just happen on its own. Right in the middle of the yard. So that tells me that there probably was a Bigfoot up here messing around, a small one. Walked through the garden and, you know, making the lineup of rocks. Maybe it wanted to check out these beautiful lilies that are blooming right now, and they have a fragrance that's just so powerful and perfumey. I mean, you can see it will perfume the whole backyard, so maybe they came in to smell those or something. In fact, there's even one blooming on this side, right there where the footprint is. So, this is awesome. And another cool thing is that these rocks line up pretty much in line with where the garden ends. And I have rocks lined up there, see? So, are they marking where the garden ends with those rocks? Because, let's do this. Okay, that's a little bit out of the thing. Oh my goodness, it just lines up perfectly. That's so crazy. Wow. I'm trying to think of the mindset that would be behind this, because it's almost like they're really into my garden right now. And they must really be loving it. It is awful pretty right now. And it smells good. That's so cool. I'm gonna walk around a little more and see if I see anything else. I will let you know if I do. Another quick note is that last night when the sun went down, because it was so hot, I wanted to take a little walk to try to get my leg better. So I walked back to the trailer back there, and Kiki always goes with me on my walks. So she followed me. I went around the building, I came back, and she was behind me, and I turned around to look at her, and she kept stopping and looking right back. Let's see if I'm lining this up. Hold on. Right back in there. She kept looking back in there. And I just felt like we weren't alone. I felt like there was a Bigfoot back in there that she kept looking at. And then I find a footprint and stuff. So they probably came up and did that stuff after we went inside. So, it'd be awesome. It's now 6:39 p.m. and I thought I'd come outside, get a little walk. And I see the Bigfoots were up this afternoon at some point, and they turned that tea over. Because I've been checking this every time I walk by. And so they were in the garage this afternoon. Jim and I haven't really been out too much because it's super hot. Saturday, July 29th. It's 10:45 a.m. I found this earlier this morning, but I wasn't able to get a video of it. But the Bigfoots were up, and they moved the second marble in the line right there. It was a dark blue one. They moved it directly across the porch to the other side. So I'm thinking that when I've been finding them out of place lately, it probably was the Bigfoot doing it. So I'm going to put it back, and we'll see what happens. Actually, that's not right either. They've switched these two also. Okay. So it's now 6:26 p.m. and the Bigfoots are in rare form right now. This afternoon at some point they came up and took the magnets and arranged them so that they would stand straight up. They had the small one had to be put down at the same level as the other two so that they would stand on end like that. So they just did that. Okay, this is July 31st, and it's 4:51 p.m. Earlier today, I was out here, and I sat there, and I didn't see anything on the chair. And in fact, I sat here a couple nights ago for a little bit. Actually 2 nights in a row. I wondered if they would start putting something on this chair since I was sitting in it. So we just got home. We had to go away, and I was coming in the back door and I noticed this in the middle of the chair. I think it's a mushroom cap. It's stuck. But quite honestly, I don't know how it would have gotten here on its own. And so it's in the center of the I suppose it's possible that the cats, like Kiki, she'll get up there and sit. It could have been stuck on her from laying, but there's been mushrooms growing in in my garden because it was raining a lot. So I guess either this was stuck to Kiki and then she laid on the chair, or the Bigfoots put it there. So I cannot be sure. But we'll see if they put other stuff there. more. We'll see.